Hey, everybody. Welcome on into another episode of the Oilers Roundup with your host, voice of the Oilers, Dominick Lorenz. And this time around, I'm here with infielder CJ Weinstein. So much to talk about after a phenomenal opening day win, 8-3 against the Harvard-Westlake Wolverines. We're going to dive into CJ's development at the high school level and much, much more. But CJ, glad to have you along with us. How you doing, my friend?
Yep, thank you for having me. I'm doing great. Just count down the days to the next game.
Absolutely. Weather, impending bad weather here in SoCal might delay the next Huntington Beach Oilers game that is supposed to be on Thursday, March the 13th at home opener against the Fountain Valley Barons, a divisional rival here this season. But we'll see what Mother Nature has in store. But let's rewind the clock a little bit back to season opener. We had to delay the start a little bit just for scheduling purposes. March 4th at a different venue, Blair Field at Cal State Long Beach, and you get the 8-3 win against Harvard-Westlake. Talk to me through that experience of not only playing at the college facility, somewhere you'll be not next year, the year after. You know, you're only a junior. We got a little time to hold on to you for a little while. But talk to me about playing in that setting and especially that matchup against two programs that are highly touted in the nation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, we had a late start. So, I mean, started what, like March or sorry, February, like 15th ish. Other teams are playing, and we were just like practicing inter squatting. We were just counting down the days. And then we got till the game on March 4th against Harvard Westlake. And like you said, Long Beach State. We play there in the fall sometimes. So it's like kind of familiar, but I mean, it's always kind of like a step up. You know, it's a college facility, college field. Everything's a little cooler. We got the bleachers out there. So just the setting of the game was cool. Then, like you said, Harvard Westlake, Huntington Beach, the names bring the people already. Then yeah, it was electric start. Just kind of getting a couple hits the first inning, scored a run. Again, those bleachers, it got a little loud in there. Just kind of got the energy flowing and then never looked back from there, kept the lead, extended, and got a good win.
Absolutely. And you talk about we talked about it before the game when I was visiting the whole team about you got the jersey on, and it's that moment of realizing that, oh, this is real now. All
Yeah.
that prep and all that work that you guys have put in. And there is no easy test on the schedule. And talking to manager Benjamin during the preseason, it's been constructed this way, and it's one game at a time, kind of just keep the momentum continuous. And you started on the right pace, 8-3, good pitching overall between Otto Espinoza, Tyler Belrose. You also had Ethan Porter close things out, something we haven't seen in a while. And then a bounce back performance from the sophomore Jared Grinlinger. I know probably by his standards, he would say probably his freshman year didn't go the way he planned, but lights out performance to start his sophomore campaign. Being at shortstop, and we'll get into your positional change in a moment. What did you see from the four pitchers together for the Oilers that really kept Harvard-Westlake on their heels?
Yeah, I mean, I trust everyone. It was just like it's confidence out there. Everyone trusts each other on the mound, everywhere in the field. So it was just confidence. And then watching Otto roll, I mean, you could tell he had a little energy flowing. First pitch, just he's throwing hard, doing his thing, and then he just kind of started. And next thing you know, we're in the third inning, and he's still going. And then it's just like kind of back to back to back outs. Like nope. I mean, the infielders talked about it. We got three ground balls: one to Jayton at first, one to Cole at second, one to Porter at third. Like they kind of handled the game pretty well with a lot of easier pop up outs and strikeouts. So I mean, it was more confidence going into the game and just kind of playing the game, and it just turned out as a easy infield game, meaning no ground balls, and we just trusted them and like I said, and let them work.
Well, for you, before I get to your hitting on the day, because one of the best performances top to bottom from the lineup in that win, let's go to your positional change first. Your first 2 years, you made the varsity as a freshman. And again, funny enough, we both came into Huntington Beach at the same exact time. My first year as a broadcaster, your freshman year on the varsity squad. So you're a 3-year varsity member. Second base was your prime position. And you had guys at shortstop with you in your first year. You had like Dean Carpentier, then you had Travis Curry last season. Now you've taken over the infield. You're now at short. You got Cole Clark playing at second. What has gone on in that transition from second to short for you and that relationship that you've now really forged with your middle infield mate in Cole Clark?
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I started at second. Like, I mean, Dean and Travis, my freshman, and then Travis, my sophomore year, I was able to learn with and like from these guys. And I mean, that doesn't take anything. Brian, I played second base with Brian. So just like coming in, new guy, just like holding my ground and just being able to take in everything I could every day, just get a little better every day at practice. And then this summer is when I made that switch to shortstop. I wouldn't say it was like the most difficult thing ever, but it was just new, like new angles, new arm, everything about it's new. So I went out, played in summer, played short, came back and was like, I want to play short. Like you look up to see all these big leaguers, like the shortstop, the Brandon Crawford fielding, Angelton Simmons, like all these guys. Like when you watch fielding, it's these guys shortstop. So I'm like, I want to try to play shortstop. So then this summer, like I said, I played short. I came back. I worked really hard. I had that injury that is still a little sensitive, but
Yep.
after that, it was pretty big. Like I want to play short. I'm gonna do everything I can to play short, and I've just been working hard at it, and I earned that spot this year, and I'm excited to stick there.
And and we're not going to touch on the injury because I know that's a tough topic for you because nobody wants to be injured. Like that we know, but I'm going to tell the people at home looking at CJ right now, you would know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, it's great. You're healthy. That's what we're going to focus on at this moment.
Thank you.
Hitting wise, two hit performance, three RBIs, clutch hit in the sixth inning to add a couple of extra insurance runs to that lead. Talk to me through your at bats in the game because I know you and your dad have a special bond when it comes to hitting. I always joke, and he's your hitting coach because
Uh-huh.
there's always that great father-son relationship. If he's doing stats up in the booth area with me and you're on the field, what was working in the batter's box, you against the Harvard-Westlake pitching staff that really set the tone and very, very sweet swings throughout the game.
Yeah, thank you. Like you said, my relationship with my dad, he's my hitting coach, and we work a lot, and it's a lot on like fixing my mistakes, but also like acknowledging what I'm doing well and continuing that. So throughout the fall, I was like a lot of like thinking during my at bats, looking at a lot of videos, like trying to perfect everything. And then as we got closer and closer playing these inter squads up to season, it was like, okay, like now go play. Like use what you have, use what you learned, go play. So then going in against Harvard Westlake, had a little scouting report, was probably not expecting the most fastballs. Their pitcher had a good curveball, and then the first reliever we knew had that good changeup. So I was like in the week before, like practicing off speed machine, just kind of focusing on my swing. And then when I went in the game, it was like, okay, like trust yourself, do what you do, like go hit. And saw spin my first at bat, hit it hard. And then after that, I was like, okay, yeah, like we're here. It's season, like it's
Yeah.
time. And then it was kind of just go, like have some fun and do what I know I can do.
It really jumps at you quick, that mentality of, oh, we're here. Like
Yeah,
you get that first zinger of a fastball coming at you, and you know it's not inter squad anymore. That's not your friends on the opposite side, teammates. It's
right.
somebody else, and you're doing battle to get to where you guys end up really want to be in the
Mhm.
Division I championship game for the CIF and end up holding the trophy at the end of the day for the big win.
Yeah.
You take all those great moments, the defensive changes, you take the offensive successes, and a friendly reminder to the young ones that are watching. Preparation and practice. That's going to help you and take you a very, very long way. CJ is a very good prime example of that here in his junior season. You take all that, and over the summer, you had a big summer. And I'm not talking about on the field. There's a career defining moment in your development. And we talked about it throughout the summer. You have a commitment lined up. Congratulations to you already.
Thank you.
LSU. That now for a moment, those that know college baseball, that is a huge statement right there. LSU, I believe still, without looking at the rankings, the updated ones for this week, I believe they're still number one in the country.
I believe so. Yeah, they're alternated. Some have Tennessee, some have LSU, but top one or two.
It's LSU. In
Yeah.
this conversation, it's LSU. I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
LSU.
Yeah.
But tip of the cap, congratulations, LSU. That is a absolutely huge accomplishment. The process, the decision. I'm not trying to make you like LeBron right now and give you like a 30-minute special, but just kind of picking apart some of the good moments that really went into that decision making because it is a huge decision for somebody in high school that wants to develop their game in the collegiate level that wants to get to the bigs.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, like I told everyone that I first talked to, like on the first call, like they're like, "What do you look for in a college?" And I said the same thing with pretty much every coach. I was like, organization, attention to detail, development, and like relationships. Those are like my top four. Like that. I mean, I said it. Like that's why I picked Huntington. I felt the relationship with the coaches, the development, all this stuff, and it just like lined up with Huntington also, which is why I'm here. Um, So then I kind of narrowed it down eventually, and I went on 7. LSU was my first, and they obviously set the bar pretty high. No one
Yeah.
beat it. We got there, like I didn't really know what to expect, and like kind of after that, I was like, okay, that was awesome. Like everything was to the minute. Like we had the whole plan. Got to watch a practice, and everything just like kind of felt like I could be here. Like I want to go here. Like already, even it was my first one, and it was like kind of just like a feeling I had. And then we went through the whole process. I respected everyone I said I would go on a visit to. We went on all 7, and I had open mind the whole time. It wasn't like, okay, I'm going to LSU. So I got to learn from all the coaches and everything. And then at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it's the attention to detail, the development, and the relationships that really stood out to me with LSU. And I trusted myself and can't look back now. Got to jump in and go LSU, or to go to LSU.
Yeah, LSU again, pivotal #1 school, tops in the country when it comes to college baseball. I know there's other SoCal high school players from other teams like Corona, La Mirada, other teams that will become your teammates in the
Mhm.
future. Not now. We got time. Huntington Beach is the place we got to be at.
Yep.
But again, so happy for you in the development in LSU. That is a huge accomplishment, and we're going to be following you when you get to that level. Final thoughts here in the second episode of the Oilers Roundup is one game's in the books. That's only one piece of this whole big puzzle. There's still 26, 27 games left in the regular season, two huge tournaments, the Boras Classic. We've been there. We know how that's like. NHSI, we know how that process goes like. And then, of course, the goal, that Division I playoffs, get to the D1 title. I know head coach Benji Madur's like one game at a time. It's going to be fine.
Mhm.
But just outlooking it for a minute, knowing that you've been on the varsity now, this is your third year. So again, you've been through this process. How do those moments, Boras Classic, top teams in Southern California, NHSI, you open that up and you're now the top teams in the nation that are at this tournament, really set up not just you, but the Oilers as a team for success moving forward? And what are some of the things you learned from your first 2 years at Huntington Beach that's really going to help you this year as an individual and as a teammate?
Mhm. Yeah, I'll start with the how it helps us as a team. Like the experiences you have, like they're unbelievable. For me, like being in Cary, that whole facility and NHSI, everything there is unbelievable. And then you get to play in games like for my freshman year, the championship game versus J Sarah. Last year, the semifinals versus Corona. It was like just the experiences kind of like help you settle down. Like you just try to not make any moment too big. Like before the first game, I told everyone before a pregame, like nothing changes because it's season. Like we're still playing baseball. We've done it all fall. We've done it throughout practice. Like nothing changes. And then getting to like feel those experiences, like the Boris, I believe that's first this year. Uh,
Yes.
Boris and then NHSI, just like kind of trying to stay calm, even though you really can't, because like those are just like so big, high level moments. But it kind of just gives us like the I don't know the right word, but the pressure games, I guess, before
Yeah. High
playoff comes.
intensity.
Yeah,
There is a level of high intensity to them.
for sure. I mean, that's nothing against our league games and our season games. Those are the same way, but you kind of feel a difference when you go to North Carolina when you play in the Boris, and it kind of gets you more comfortable. For me, I love those moments. Like that's why I play the game. Like getting my heart beating a little bit,
Yep.
just going, and then like I said, just play the game you always know, you always have, and just kind of go have fun. So I would say big thing is the experience and just kind of playing a little higher before it comes down a little bit, even though it really doesn't come down. And then, sorry, what was the second part?
The second part was just how are you going to take what you've learned the first 2 years at Huntington Beach and, take all those experiences? Because there's some people on the varsity that this is their first year on varsity.
Right.
Some maybe haven't had those starting experiences,
Mhm.
regular season, Boris, NHSI. So how do you kind of incorporate your individual learning experiences and spread that out to everybody else so everybody's on the same page at the same time?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying it, but it's just like it's baseball. Even though we're in the stadium in North Carolina under the lights for a trophy, like it's baseball. Don't try to like overcomplicate it or anything. But like my freshman year, like I said earlier, learning under Brian, Dean, Ralph, SB, all these guys, just kind of like it was like not I don't even know the right word. Welcoming, helping, like everything
Yeah.
they did for me, like it made me better. And then last year, I was like starting and playing, but like I wasn't the older guy. So I was like trying to find my way into a leadership role. And this year I feel like third year, like I'll be able to help people like just try to like calm everything down like Ralph did to me. When I got nervous, I went up to Ralph and he was like, calm me down. All these things happen from the older guys to the younger guys. So I feel like this year I'll try to be that for someone. Just like kind of calm everyone down. Just and like I said, go play baseball.
See, I love that. As you get deeper into the development, your position changes on a couple things. You become the student, and now you're going to be kind of the master to the other kids that are kind of coming on up, which is great for that again, that continuous cycle that manager Benjamin Durr talks about
Right.
all the time. I'm going to wrap it up with this. You're going to fill in the blank. Big moment here.
Okay.
The Oilers in 2025 will be blank.
There's a couple answers. Can I
Give me
give
as
you another
give
one?
me as many as you want. I'm here all day. It's good.
Okay. League champions, Boras champions, NHSI champions, D1 CIF finalist, and champion.
It's
We're
a
winning.
five pack here.
It is. We're winning all of it. I'm confident in our team. I'm gonna keep saying it. Just play baseball. We have the talent. We have everything we need. We just need to not overcomplicate and overdo any moment and just kind of go out there and do what we do. And I trust us and I believe in us for every game.
Absolutely. Keep calm, put your foot on the gas pedal, don't take it off because you've waited since the last game of 2024 for this moment. You got the first game win, 8-3 over Harvard-Westlake this past Tuesday. Great way to start off the year. And now an expanded league schedule. And we already mentioned Boras, NHSI. And before you know it, it's going to be the middle of May, and we got CIF playoffs to worry about. So a lot of good things coming from Huntington Beach, as well as CJ Weinstein. CJ, thanks so much for taking the time here, and best of luck the rest of the way. We're going to be talking to each other all year long, and I think, too, we'll probably keep each other calm throughout the year as well.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Hopefully next week again, depending on weather, or we'll see.
Yeah, Mother Nature, please hold on. We got to get at least one game, but I know the forecast the following week, 70s and sunny. And I know your dad, who loves the sun, is going to enjoy that time,
Yes,
home
sir.
or away, which will be
Yep,
great. Absolutely. CJ, thanks for taking the time, and we'll see you at the next game.
of course. Thank you.